can play better than what we saw in that first map. And this is a map where he can have tons of impact.
ENCE haven't lost on Train in 2019 yet, so this would be the first time they would have to take a deficit for AVANGAR to survive in this game. I don't think it's going to be happening. I think ENCE is going to be too strong for this.
Okay, well, strong for ENCE wasn't necessarily the hashtag being used, but perhaps you can figure it out on your own in the Twitter sphere. We're jumping into ENCE versus AVANGAR on Train. We've got two of the best storytellers in all of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's going to be Henry G and Sadikis. Take it away, fellas.
Oh, Trace is such a sweetheart. Indeed, we do have Train for you here. ENCE are the favourites going into it after picking up the map pick of AVANGAR. We're going to kick things off with a T-side start, of course, for ENCE, and they'll have one smoke. And the upgraded pistols, there is a P250 there, and Buster gets information towards the brown halls that two players reside in that particular position. They'll slow things right down, though, as they have the bomb towards Ivy, and they're waiting to make their move.
Fitch already peeking back in that direction. Won't spot anyone as of yet. Rotation starts to lead off towards Z connector. Kiekert's still on the other side of that at B. He can get back to A likely just as quick. Chances are you could go for a split at this point with X7 going in A main. Bombs out toward Ivy, suggestive that it's still going to be on A. But the other option to this is exactly what Sergey and Alexei B seem to have in mind. Push through B. At the very least, you cause concern for rotation, but you can push in behind. The problem with that is that Buster on the high ground was able to detect no one else was inside the brown halls, and no one left the A site, so Fitch just mows them all down with the USP.
Oh my goodness, that's clinical precision there from Fitch. 3 bullets fired and 3 headshots found. Absolutely sensational, as we'll see him just absolutely dismantle the offense there. A bit of an inside fake from ENCE, trying to get the brown halls control. They did spot Buster towards upper. That's what begs the question to me. You actually spot him there, and then you run past him, allow him to get those 2 frags. It was all a ruse, though, as they sent most of their firepower towards outside, and Fitch is waiting for them, and he took every single player down with him. It is going to be 1-0 on the CT side for AVANGAR, as ENCE take the full eco here. They haven't even got a flash, so they will head towards inside. It's a very common position to get the bomb down. They crouch past this window to avoid potential wall bangs coming through from outside. And they're going to try and trade out 1 kill here, if possible. But 2 players there, I don't think this will happen.
They're so softened up right now, buddy. Surprisingly, it didn't actually get that far. They were so softened up by the SMGs, I thought it would just take them down. The problem is now, they're going to concede the bomb plant. Only 1 player up close couldn't do anything too dry. 5 players rounded onto him, so that's money for ENCE, and we know the money system now. It's not that new anymore. Means they can buy very aggressively with that bomb as well.
They could even bring out an open armor at this stage with the bomb planter. That's actually a bit of a failure for AVANGAR. It looks great. Oh, we only lost 1 frag there, but you allow the bomb planter to go down, and you had a player that defended as well, and they're going to be a little bit miffed that happened.
It begs the question as well, because we know that B-site Train is the quickest plant position to entry. You could argue that coming out of Palace and Mirages, but it's still very visible, right? It's very open. So why don't you throw 2 players up there on the CT side when it is second round, when it is against pistols? And teams never seem to do it, or at least have a Molotov ready for the default position.
Well, either way, it will be a full buy here for ENCE, and Alexei B has actually got towards Olof. CT's playing in front of Smokes, and looking to combat for frags here as Crizin goes in with the MP9. He needs to be very careful because there is a player waiting on the other side, boosting Alu, who's protecting him from those sort of flanks. That's going to be Aerial. PCB, though, will be dropped in return.
Good recovery by Buster, because the fact that they spotted the boost, they may not have been aware that there was a second, or rather in that case, 3rd player already pushing down toward Hell. And it could have easily caught them off. The fact that they had a second on the ladder as well themselves could have been very dangerous, very detrimental. Jame, here we go, up on Train. We built that up enough. He's got to be almost perfect this game. Spots another ready box, but was already falling off the angle. He'll fall to 8 HP. They keep the man advantage crucially. They do lose a lot of ground at the outer site. Molotovs, as you can see them on the radar, are down on the train itself, and they want to try and push forward and take advantage of that bomb. They'll leave it at Sandwich, but look at Buster. He's already behind them. All in hand, and they're not advancing past the E-box. He's got to be so careful. Alu getting that 1 kill allows Aerial to go deeper. He does not want to overstep the mark too soon, and Aerial seems to suspect he is going to arrive from that position. The AK already perfectly positioned for a headshot. In fact, it just mows him down from the chest. We'll split the difference and say it hit him in the neck.
Amazing work from Aerial there. Managing to have the awareness towards the E-box that a potential flank could be coming in. This round was looking so good for AVANGAR, and it all crumbles at that position. Main entrance, flank goes down, all of a sudden the round doesn't seem possible. Now, Matt, there's a stat I want to talk about on this particular map. So the Or, of course, we talk about Alu versus against Jame, and that's a very important battle on Train because it's the second highest map in terms of AWP kills throughout this stage of the tournament. It's Dust 2 at number 1, but it's Train right in there at number 2. So Jame only gets 1 kill there. Alu as well. It's normally the opening picks the AWP can get, and that's the cue for the teammates to either swarm out of their choke points or push the T's back. 2-1. Let's keep 3 players alive, including the AWP of Alu. So that's a very successful first gun round for them, but there still is enough to buy on the CT side. They save an M4 and an AWP as well. So you need to buy for 3 players though. Ariel protecting Alu from the push, and seems to be protecting the entire team after watching the main entrance. Great awareness. Very well done. 70 ADR so far. We're going to run number 4. Pretty decent buy overall from the CTs, but they've got 1 UMP in the hands of Kicker, so we'll see whether they can do it again. 3 players towards Ivy once more. Alu just going to go for the straight peek here, I think.
He's holding it. Buster's there on the AUG. Opposite side to where Alu's looking, though, so he's got some safety. And that means he can actually spot out Lexi, but he's already very cleverly snuck underneath the crosshair, spotted him with the shoulder. That's information enough. They won't go any further aggression toward Ivy as a result. At least not yet. Back off, let it subside. Ariel A main, Sergey ladder. Bomb at Ivy always suggests that A is the intention.
Well, we saw ENCE try to do that inside fake before, so they might have that sort of play in mind. But yes, you're absolutely right. With 3 players there with the bomb, it does suggest that A will be the final approach here. Oh, I was about to say Krizin could have caught Sergey there, but he gets out.
It's a risk to do it with the bomb, but if Sergey can get deep enough on B, I think it's too early to go. You could wrap backtracks. There is a way to split to B from that position, but again, you normally do that with the lurk. They're going to try and target Buster, though. He's on the far side of it. Sergey never goes far enough. They look right. So Buster peek back in, smoke down. If he pushes through it, he can't. X7's got him covered off. That would have shut down everyone at Old Train at backtracks. And wrapping in from hell. Now Krizin has to hold at the ladder. They've surrounded the outside site. ENCE bomb plants. Round in itself. 3 players up. Sergey still just waiting over toward B. Couldn't find Kicker cleanly. So that does reveal he's up in the halls and doesn't really give him the edge anymore.
Well, he heard the UMP bullets fired, so he'll still be interested in that fight. Krizin trying to back him up here. Sergey dances with the CT. He will come out on top there. Look for a second as well. Detects he's there. He might have been better off not fighting back because now he's compromised himself. Alu with a brilliant shot there to take the AWP away. And Krizin certainly dying here. 1 kill, maybe a second. They won't let him survive though.
Molotoving themselves.
Oh,
Alu. 2 HP. That would have been the... Well, that's such an Alu reaction.
Calculated.
Yep, not bad. Got away, boys. Don't worry. Still got the op. It's all good.
They would have got him no problem without that play, but he survives, so it seems like it all works out. They take down all 5 members of AVANGAR there, tie the scoreline up at 2-2. He even takes a bullet there, goes down to 2 HP, 1 more tick, and it was all over. He smiles and maybe has a sigh of relief after that as they get into round 5 here. Full eco for AVANGAR on their CT side. This is where ENCE can take the lead and really start to show us why they can the favourites here on Train. Like I said, they are yet to lose this map in 2019, so we'll see if that translates here. Doesn't look good for AVANGAR right now. 2 players alive, both with Zeus's and USPs. Kicker hoping that someone goes hunting for him, but it's not a similar situation to the previous round. Now ENCE don't have the hunts. They know it's a full eco. Alu, I guess, can get away with it. He's got the MAC-10. Every kill he gets with this weapon, he'll get $600 or 0. Ricky is taken down by the Zeus.
Ricky's inspired them.
He has. It's actually a pretty cool weapon if you think about it. If you can play it like that and seal away an AK, they only got a MAC-10 there. It's certainly worth it. Much more effective than just having a USP. Jame, the AWP, like I said, he gets a kill with the MAC-10. That's 600 for him as well, but not going to happen. It's Alexi B that preempts his position. Kick out, last player alive for the CTs. Osborne is starting to rack up here, but they don't have enough of the AWP. 4,200 on Jame. They will buy this round. Krizin could drop the AWP, I suppose. Oh my god, he's actually gone for it. So he'll have to go completely naked with the M4 here.
Yeah, but think back though to the first game again against Liquid. The entire game plan was to revolve around the CT side and opt for Jame. It seems they want to do the same here to ENCE. They want to try and punish as much as they can. In this map, unlike Mirage, more like Overpass, you can do that. You can get aggressive positions with the CT side AWP. Again, Mirage, you get smoked off so easily. So much utility to hinder you. It's a bit like Cash, and when you're stuck behind quad, you pretty much have to just be defensive at all times.
Well, he gets the first pick, so it's working out right now. They're putting a lot of faith in Jame here, and so far he's delivering the goods. Alu, though, so strong on this map. Great movement, always very intelligent with his approach. Chuck a double Molotov towards the connector here as they get closer and closer towards our bomb site.
Spectator glitch. The smoke was deployed a lot sooner. It didn't show up for us all the way, but that's why Fitch was able to push up. It was down. Buster's got Sergey, and it's AVANGAR responding. Last few rounds, as now it's just Alu and X7 left. Fitch is already behind them. He's pushing back in from Pop Dog, unaware, though, that X7 is on top of the bomb train, but 1-on-4. They're completely around him. They don't even need to force this, because he's not got many options. Bomb is on his back. He'll back out with it. Don't allow a plant, and it's a job well done. Jame on the AWP finds 2 in the end, first and last.
Seems like it's a very beneficial drop in the end. That's a star player. Looking like he's going to cause a lot of damage here on train. Absolutely so. 3-3. It's going to be the timeout now from AVANGAR, actually. So after winning the round, they just want to have a chat, work out how this double orb setup, which has now been picked up in the previous round, is going to operate. It will be given to Buster, the secondary orb that is. And now that allows them to potentially have 1 player inside. They can go towards the upper halls and try and get control there, and have 4 outside. That's certainly an option for them. They might want to change the pace and go for a aggressive pick somewhere. Hence, with 1 more buy here, their money's running low after they invest into round number 7. Here's the replay. Jame, great shot to open things up. Takes down Alexi. Got the final frag as well. Just a shout out to X7 as well. He had a great performance on Mirage. Really strong impact. Top fragger so far is Alu on 6 and 4, but we're in the very early stages of this second map.
It's taken out as by default, as per standard. Kristen now knows they're above, and he's got to back away. Will buy him some space, but they're going to stand in it. They are going to stand in it, and this time Ariel's going to go down. Sergey on 21. Alu wasn't anywhere near it. Just, no, he didn't have to survive the flames this time. He'll go elsewhere. He's on the AWP still, and it's the one-man advantage pulled back, though, as Fitch gets Sergey. Smoke down sandwich. Can't spot yet as to exactly where Alexi B is.
Ooh, gotta hit those. Fitch sends a barrage of bullets towards the main entrance and doesn't get the frag, but Jay making up for it now. Really solid here on train, and great movement just to bait out a bit of intel there. Alexi will be the only player with 100 HP. He's down to 31. That's a great shot. 2-on-2 now. Very pivotal round of the game. If AVANGAR win this map, they send ENCE to an eco. If they cannot pick it up, however, they are going to be reset themselves after picking up the previous round. 45 seconds remain. No utility available on the T side. Where do they head towards here? Alexi's got the bomb, and Alu, the common trait of his is causing distractions and finding picks while his teammate goes to another area of the map. With 30 seconds remaining, he does need to start showing some presence here and working out where they reside. That's why he's just firing shots off now.
Yeah, he's desperate. If he could pull one out with that and get the kill, it's worth it. That's
it works.
Work. Buster holds in the corner. Alexi slides in. He was fear from the up. And he drops. It's going to be Kicker down to Alu. Watch out, because he can wrap around. Alexi gets him. It's already gone. It's time! But Alexi gets him. He thought he was on it. He didn't need to face.
I have no words. Alexi B missed the jump up towards the bomb train and decides, you know what, I can't plant anymore. I'll have to go for the pick, and he nails it. So jukes him out with the fake plant. Tried to jump over the bomb train, didn't work out, comes around, takes the headshot anyway. As I mentioned, that is an absolutely crucial round there for ENCE. They have reset the economy of AVANGAR. They have around $2,000 per player. They get 1,900 next. They still won't have a strong buy even after a full
It's very rare you see the time kills actually happen. Famously, Get Right did it on Dust 2 with a second left. He hit the shot through the box on an op. Remember, Alu, you can axe there. The reverse side of it is there's a famous round by TSM in Bucharest, I want to say PGL kickoff season. It might have been Cluj, where Cajun B was in the pit, didn't peek and allowed the full defuse, he had the AWP. And he actually said to me after, he said, I didn't think that he was going to actually hold the bomb plant. If I had a peeked, I could have denied it easily. But because he didn't, it then went to a one-on-one on Cage and lost it. And retrospectively, that is the right approach. Just hide when the time's uncertain. At least you give yourself a chance in the retake.
It's a good point. There should be no chance here for AVANGAR, however. USPs, a Deagle. There is a James Zeus. You can see how he's positioning himself just to get the full effect of that weapon. It's not guaranteed to be a kill, but most of the time, if you connect it, you're going to get the frag. It can be quite frustrating. It's all down to range. If you're very close range, it's going to do 100 damage. If you're doing it from like 4 feet away, it's touch and go. It might do 96. And they're going to do the totem drop down towards Pop Dog there. 40 seconds remain. It is an inside stack. You can see that on your radars right now. And Alexi might actually be sending a bit of a diversion. Either way, ENCE will win this round. It's just how expensive it's going to be. Will James Landers
We got one this game, 2 for 2. He's got the immediate trade. That time it doesn't work out to pick up a rifle because they're just too close. There's just too many of them, and that continues to be the case as they find Kickard as well. It's just Buster. He'll try to wrap back in with the USP, but he drops to Alexi B immediately after, and it goes 5 now for ENCE, 5 to 3. You mentioned it as well. The economy just not there, and it still really isn't, but they're going to try and force it. That op get passed across.
They're going to have to drop it for him again. So once more, a rifler will go over armor and utility to assist James here. I like it though. It's a very orb-centric map, and if anyone's going to carry them through it, it's going to be James. He's absolutely phenomenal with the sniper. 7 kills so far. He's on the same scoreline as Alu with 1 less death as they go for a fast outside take here. Maybe not preempting an AWP to be available. One player fast towards Olof, and they'll kind of reel it in a little bit once he's got in position. James towards the inside, and like I said, once you have this player set up in this position, you can now see 4 rifles towards outside. Lexi though, he has got himself a great spot. That's wallbang damage, I believe, towards Sergey.
It is, absolutely, and Alexi just standing behind them catches out Fitch. He was totally unaware that he was already down toward the hell position. Be followed up by Alu. Finally they get a response from the Flames. At Kickard's feet, so much damage. He does very well to find 2, but then Ariel is easily able to get this response. He knew exactly where he had to retreat to. Not only that, Buster's going to come back in from the same position, but it's too late as a response to get the bomb, or rather deny it, to get it out of ENCE's hands. So James comes back in late, smoke's still down. Buster's on top of the site directly. James desperate for that op to find an angle, but Ariel does not have to move. Buster will. He's going to go aggressive. Gun barrel shows. He sees it. He knows. And he's got to get damage. Not the shot. He's trying to make them all in at once. He's potentially overthinking it. Just get some down because now James left at a 1-on-3. I think that's done. He's already gone. He wants the AWP. If they're going to continue to drop it for him, we'll see him continue to save it.
You're absolutely right. In terms of the loss bonus here, they're going to be on 3rd stage. So that's going to be $2,400 per player. Not really an ideal situation, but they do save the AWP. I can confirm he has not been found. He's sitting towards CT spawn right now as the boys discuss their next approach. This is looking very, very good for ENCE right now. I wouldn't say easy at this point, but still, they're comfortable. 6-3 on the T side of Train. It's considered to be one of the most CT biased maps we have. And they're not going to force buy around it, but James, the AWP, he can still win the round for them. It's possible.
Boost up again, and you're right, this is going aggressive for the AWP. But it has to get picks early, surely. Recover from a deficit with just the op to work with. Buster's out toward Ivy. They haven't done anything unorthodox yet for James op. They haven't put it toward the corner at Brown Halls or trying to play it toward Ivy. He's slowly going over in that direction now because he knows there's utility, which means he certainly knows there's a presence. Oh, he was anticipating it. He looked above the server. Smoke down. He doesn't actually get the timing right. Alexi B's still there. They've got support for James. In fact, they're going to surround him. They're going to protect the AWP. It's kind of like playing AS Oil Ring, where he is the VIP, but he can't hit the shot even with the bait served. James gets it back. He turns around and finds M7 instead. That'll force the bomb off. Smoke down. He doesn't want to mess with it. Alexi's going to go around the long way. B's wide open. They haven't realized it. 50 seconds, they still could, but it may just come to kills. Alu's catching everyone, and that's the op down. James gone. He got aim. Once they knew there was 4 at long, he just got in a position where he could potentially catch them off, and he does exactly that.
Very good stuff. Alu, strong as ever, and they're not making any mistakes here at all. The fake plant, just in case CT is waiting by the bomb train there. It is going to be another ENCE round here. 7-3. AVANGAR can still come back and win the half, but it's looking incredibly scary now. If you are just tuning in, this is the second map of our elimination game here in a best of 3. It's ENCE who looked very strong on Mirage. AVANGAR started to creep back into the game after a few eco victories. But now, on the map pick of ENCE, they're going to be 7-3 down on the CT side. Their money won't be fantastic either. They get 4 state loss bonus after this. Actually, it'll be fine. They can get the orb set again at least. Will they go with the double orb setup though? Kick out with 3k right now. So they can afford 2 orbs. The problem is they keep buying these AWPs. They don't really have enough around it to get a very strong round here. So Fitch and Chris are bought straight away. Kickout has to drop the orb again. Jane will drop an M4 in return. Buster could bring out the secondary orb. He is that player on the team. Here's Alu. This next shot's the most important one. Takes down Jamie. He's so fast. Great stuff from him. Buster's still yet to buy. 5100. Does he dare purchase the weapon? Could be the catalyst to their success or cost in the game if he doesn't have any utility. Or armor for that matter. Untrained is not a huge deal. You can position yourself at a very long range. And he does purchase the secondary orb. There it is. You can see no real utility or armor. They have no defuse kits here either.
AVANGAR just aren't finding the crucial rounds. It's similar to the early portions of Mirage. They just couldn't get it done to take the economic advantage. And they'll keep the double up this time. Again, they've been doing very well to get it into James' hand, but it needs to start converting. It needs to start applying pressure and converting rounds, more importantly. Again, we know this is their style. They're going to play around that. It goes for so long. He's got the bottom side of a ramp. First time we've seen him really change it up from the A site.
And ENCE haven't really been inside at all so far. And this time it works out. ENCE will lose Sergey. Jane with the shotgun orb towards the lower ramp nails the shot. It's a difficult one because you don't just have one angle to watch there. You have the back wall upper position and the lower one as well. Sometimes it requires a flick, but this time his crosshair was in the correct position and he nails it. Sergey taken down. 5 versus 4. But the fact they have no kits and next to no utility, ENCE can certainly pull this one back as they return towards Ivy. Alu, who takes his AWP over there. Aerial to cover A main. Rush over. Alu going to set his teammate up, but they're not striking just yet.
Rush is at the ready. Crimson, he's going to retake Pop Dog for the CT side. Aerial, meanwhile, has to work in with Alu. Quick cross, make sure no one's peeking down inside of A main. Buster, he's looking back that direction, but instead he wants to swing into the hedge, allow them in a little further. Kristen's forced further up inside of the doorway, and that puts him straight into the smoke. That is so well architecturally designed. You could graduate from master's degree with it. They pushed him directly into Alexi B. He fires down in, and it's a 2-on-2. James wrapped back around though with the AWP. Keep that in mind, but he's missed another. Those are the ones. He can hit all the shots he wants, but he needs these crucial impact moments as Alu takes back kicker. He's got to rise up now. Sees them above, but looks away, and X7 gets the kill. It's 8-3.
Another miss there. Does allow ENCE to close out the rounds, and yes, you're absolutely right. That play towards the Pop Dog, that's certainly what we'd put in the realm of an alley-oop. You throw the Molotov in, it creates a sound cue for your player waiting above Pop Dog, and the CT's got no choice either to run out to certain death for main entrance or try and sit in the smoke beneath the Pop Dog. He chooses the latter, and then sprayed down, and Alu starts plucking them off once again. Just looking so strong. He wants to taste that top 8 once again. He's been there a few times. And it's looking like he's going to make it at this stage. Another eco for AVANGAR. They do have CZs and some Kevlar, but I don't see them winning this round. It would take a massive mistake here from Alu, but he's in a defensive position. Even if he misses the shot, he can knife out and get out of that, and Aerial to back him up. So there we go. It's all part of the plan.
Just gonna get aggressive, can't do anything with it. Aerial already there on the AK. Getting desperate now on the AVANGAR side, trying to use pistols to make amends. Buster back towards CT, USP. It's really not much to speak of, is it? Deagle for Kiekert, he's got armor, so too does James. There's 2 smokes in play. What else can I tell you, Henry? Anything else positive?
I think you covered all the bases there, to be honest.
It's looking pretty good. It's a long list, right?
Yeah.
It's a good little laundry list.
It's looking pretty good, I think is the headline for ENCE right now. AVANGAR will have almost no chance of reclaiming this. They might as well hold on to their armor. Kicker, James, and Krisen. They must be at maximum loss bonus by now. They've just hit it. CT side only get you so far. And the T's don't need to hunt this. You might be thinking, why aren't they going for these kills? Because they've got nothing to gain from him. They're the ones that have the rifles and the AWP. If anything, they just risk giving a very beneficial weapon to the CT side. X7's at a long range here. He'll take the target practice. Bit of a shooting gallery here. Trying to whack that mole. He's nearly whacked himself for those things. He'll just get out of there. Next challenger.
Yeah.
Also fair.
Step right up. Win your fair prize.
Didn't work out, but like I said, they didn't need those kills anyway.
No, they don't. 9-3, and still very much in the lead, very much in control, and already with a map in hand, starting to get a very, very uncomfortable place in this major for AVANGAR. Might be the last place they find themselves in if they don't turn things around. See if they can as we spawn. Aerial with bomb. He's going to take that in his hands a little bit further, so okay, he's going to drop it. I thought they might, so they're going to play a pick strategy. They're going to go for defaults. Krisen, he's going to get aggressive as well, but the fact that they're holding and waiting for these kills. James, first time, finally to the corner, will get Alec.
It's that CT flash that we didn't quite see there, but it goes over the window and absolutely destroys the AWP waiting for that upper pick. That's a really nice little push there from the CTs. Well crafted. As it goes 5 versus 4, but so far, AVANGAR have given up all the advantages they've had in these gun rounds. It is going to be 9-3. Remember, AVANGAR won the pistol here, had the 2-0. They have won a single gun round since then. Got reset. Scoreline is 9-3. On the elimination map, they're already 1-0 down. 9-3 on their CT side of train. And it's a 4-4 again. As soon as they get the pick, it's answered back straight away by X7.
Aerial inside of A main down below. His teammates above. X7 with the bomb is the one coming into shot now. And with Alexi B and Sergey heading inside, Aerial's going to be a lurk. High smoke down, that does draw some attention, certainly. Maybe not. James out of there. It's not the right call. Smoke might just be a fake. Fitch is good for 1. Kiekert, he takes 2. Inside on the spools, Lurk's gone. Kiekert holds the site. So far, so good, but X7 is the one that's still alive. Again, as I mentioned, has the bomb, but James got back in time. And AVANGAR will get their 4th round.
ENCE trying their luck towards inside. One of the few attempts they've made towards that position. 4-4, kick out playing in front of the spools. You don't actually see that too often, but it's a crafty little position because you wouldn't necessarily come in checking that because, if anything, the CT is usually behind the spool. So they come down, focusing towards that connector. He manages to get the trade kill as well and stay alive long enough to confirm the round. It is going to be number 14 here. Finally, some luck for AVANGAR. They have to spend most of their money, though, to actually get all the utility back in hand. Lose this, and be 10-4 with a massive reset. They need to get these last 2 rounds. 9-6 is recoverable. It always is. Doesn't matter if it's a CT-sided map.
James can't find the first. He was blinded that time. He'll smoke himself back. Inside of the outback, as Jason referred to it as. You would have thought that was Chad.
You would have thought.
But he's going to rotate around Old Bomb. Krisen already inside of Z Connector. It's in B hits. Arsenal, it's an army. All 4 of them are marching forward, but Kiekert's got orders going the other way. Fitch, he'll stand up on top of the bomb train. Og still in hand. Wants to swing. Wants to wait for it, though. Wants confirmation that one of them is preoccupied, and that is what Alexi is as he tries to put the bomb down. No mistake by Fitch. X7 and Alu. That ball's hitting the open. Be a problem to get back towards, but a smoke down on top of it after having found the first kill on Fitch, and Alu gives himself a fighting chance. It's going to be a difficult one with a 1-on-3. AWP to play it with. 45 seconds. He's got the ball back. He's and a 1 sliding up. Nearly hit the shot, but it was in reaction. And he was 1 step behind. 9-5.
ENCE haven't learned their lesson, apparently. Kicker isn't to be messed with right now, and they went back towards inside, even while Flashed he gets 2, and then his teammate Fitch, waiting on the bomb site, actually denies the plant. They were going for a bit of a gamble there, planting the open on the T side to enable their chances of denying the retake, but overall, great work from the CT side. They ain't done here just yet. Look at the final round here, there's still a full buy, Brent. They've barely had to eco this half. AVANGAR trying to deny double digits. That's actually quite the difference. 9-6 and 10-5. And Cricket's going down. They really want to make sure they teach him a lesson. That will do it.
Yeah, stubborn as they are, they'll finally get the last laugh, suppose. It is the last round of the half. But we'll see if it converts to a round. Buster's going to pull one back at the very least. Prison damage in, but couldn't follow it. Jame.
Great work.
Yeah, push the ramp with an AWP late and catches one off, completely unaware. Bomb still down toward a main. Buster's got Alu. It's both ops left against 2 AKs. And that's a bit of a problem, because if this gets close, if they get inside of the site, the ops are going to have all of the trouble and all of the work to do. Buster's unsure where to look. They don't have the information to the front of the site either.
X7 saw that smoke and where it came from, though. He saw the trajectory of the throw. So he'll just hold his position, knowing there's one likely on the other side. It's Buster with the AWP, who's not going to be checking Ivy. If he goes any closer now, he will be taken down. Did he spot the feet of Alexi B there? It looks like he has, but making footsteps now. X7 might be persuaded to move on. He has to now as it goes down to the 2 versus 1. We saw some great moments of Mirage from this young man. As he holds towards Ivy, they won't be 100% sure this is clear.
But it's still double up. And with one on it, this puts so much pressure even to hit the shot. One's going to go to the CZ because they have to, but he has the lineup and they're coming out of the smoke. He's done the damage. X7's going to make it 10 for ENCE.
Well, it's looking like the second map might be theirs. It's 10-5 at half. ENCE on their map pick and looking to book themselves a place in the top 8 here. Fantastic showing in the first half, and AVANGAR have to pull their socks up here if they're going to stand a chance. They're going to have a massive comeback on their T side, and that's not going to be easy. We'll see what they can do after this break.
Formerly, based on how the draw went, you could only play a team who was above you. In other words, if you were 0-2, you would play a team dropping down who was 1-1 and went 1-2, etc. Point is now both these teams with the reseeding have come from 0-2. They both had slow starts in this stage. One of them will make it on, and one of them will have heartbreak despite battling back in all best of threes. Keep that in mind as well. Different from the previous majors. This time it looks like ENCE has the upper hand. 10-5 and a map already behind them.
They really do have the upper hand here. It's their map pick. They've won 10 rounds on the T side. If they win this pistol map, I dare say they've locked it in. Aerial challenging towards the lower ramp there. He only gets one with the CZ, and Alexi goes down to 2 HP. So they've taken casualties there. Advantage goes back to AVANGAR in this round at least.
7. Looks out toward the sandwich position, spots one, then rotates back around. Let's see another at Ivy. He'll position safely as a response. But Sergey already has James. James got Alu. 3-on-3.
One smoke remaining, a flashbang as well. All the T's separated right now, but that's the low HP player trying to back it up, and Alexi now has to get this kill in return. He knows he has to land the shot. He'll do it, but takes a lot of damage in the process. Fitch and Crizin make their way towards inside. No CT presence there at all. That was bailing towards the site, and it's up to Sergey now, who has got a kit to do what he can. He doesn't know they're actually in there, doesn't spot it, but they seem to be pretty aware this is going to be the play. Good damage done, takes Crizin down to 5, but can't quite get the frag yet.
Still desperate, Sergey. Not in position to be spotted toward the hitch. Fitch goes aggressive, he gets X7 as well. It's going to be the round again to AVANGAR. That gives them both pistols.
Indeed.
They're 3-1 in the series, but yet they find themselves 4 rounds down at 10-6.
So that stat there. Fitch has lost 6 out of 6 of his opening duels.
It's actually insane.
But they win the pistol. Trust me, they're right back in this. ENCE, as one of the team owners, Natu, just tweeted out, they struggle with closing out games sometimes. A lot of pressure here. They're still a young squad. A lot of talent here, but they're still gaining experience, learning from every tournament. Getting to the finish line is a slight issue of theirs. It's a full eco from the CTs with an outside stack. Not much chance of winning this. A couple of kills would be okay.
To go back to my point as well about coming from 0-2, to do that in previous majors, you just had to win 3 maps.
Yeah, not
both these teams have already won 4 just to get into this best of 3. You have to win 3 full best of 3s now to come from that far down.
A lot of people saying this is the best system we've ever had. I tend to agree.
It certainly is going to put people in shape.
You still have the exciting format of it being a Swiss system, but it seems like it's not as random or surprising these days. If you get knocked out 0-3, so a best of 3 there as well, you kind of feel like it was almost deserved at that point. But either way, it will be the 2-0 coming through. ENCE do have the option to buy here, which they will. Silence them for purchase straight away by Aerial, but this is still a difficult round for them. Yes, they'll have the rifles, but they won't have the AWP, they won't have incendiaries, they might even have a single one of those. I don't think they do, so they get 5 smokes, actually 4, with Aerial who only has the HE. But they have the AUX, and we know how powerful these can be on train. The addition of the scope and this long-range map certainly is very promising. Keeping a couple of SMGs themselves. It's going to be AVANGAR head towards inside with 4 players. We'll be throwing the AWP. As Crizin had a decent spawn, just wanted to face that lower ramp and try and get a quick pick. Not going to be found, and they'll go back into the default, I'd imagine.
Buster goes very slowly back over toward the brown hulls as well. Sergey and Alu, the inside of B site covered off between them. They both play far left side from CT perspective, so they are toward the tank. And Sergey down below on the floor as well. Watch Alexi, he's going to get back in towards the connector. Aerial. He gets the opener. That's off site, that's on A. So it's one less to lurk, and Crizin's not even going to bother. He's going to join in with his teammates. AVANGAR need rounds. They need to make sure they keep this momentum going in their favor. It's not working out so far. Sergey. Alexi, each finding kills. Alexi spots another upper, goes off the ladder to try and find it. Alu beats him to it. Communication works. The tandem. It's Crizin! Got too quickly. Could have gotten a little bit uncomfortable, but eventually they were going to surround him, and inevitably he will go down 11-7.
Those 2 kills actually have a knock-on effect, though. If AVANGAR can respond here quickly, they'll have a chance to reset the CTs, but taking a tactical timeout. AVANGAR not looking too pretty themselves. Kick out with only 1,500. They will buy up into this. Krizen's dropped the AWP. I assume for Mr. Jane once more. Their star player needs to shine once again. So 2 AKs, the AWP. Let's look over the rest of them. What a great inside setup that was. The Org showing their true power there. As we go 11-7. AVANGAR need to try and win this one. 3 AKs now. They do have a couple of smokes. A little bit of a
That was just to wake you up.
Yeah.
My alarm clock, actually. That's what I wake up to every morning. I never press snooze.
A 3-second
I do
rock and roll.
I do a ninja flip out of bed. Do a little windmill. Air guitar, air guitar that is.
Okay.
And I get on with my day.
Look, man, whatever you do in your private space is absolutely fine with me.
Thank you. Glad you approved.
Windmilling and all. Anyway, it is going to be round 19. Slow approach. Makes sense considering they've got the AWP. Smoked out though, James feels like his efforts will be wasted there. He'll fall back towards the main entrance and leave Fitch to his own devices. Kicker's got down the pop dog at least. Firepower, it's definitely ENCE who have the edge. Krizen with just a PT-50 here. Kicker will take a lot of damage. He's burning. Down to 20 HP. Way out the main entrance. Aerial just the one. Answer back straight away. Still possible for AVANGAR to win this round. Absolutely. They are taking a lot of damage though.
Fitch is going to sneak in. He's already down from Ivy. No one else watching it. Should be a, I was going to say clean kill toward Alexi B, but that's already been taken care of. Buster's got him. X7 foil all plans. They thought they were clear from E-Box. They still have Jane working, but it's an AWP up close. He's got it this time. That's more like it, as he'll cover off the position, allow Fitch the comfort to work around the bomb. Low HP, though, for Kickard and Jame. This could be a massive problem if they get in, and Sergey will. Bomb not planted, 32 seconds. Kickard's got to recover it all. He's got 20 HP, and his position's been revealed, but he's against an op. If Alu misses a shot, if he doesn't have the information as to his HP, it could be a problem. There's a bigger one now, and that he knows where the bomb is. He knows it's down, but can he figure out which way Kickard's going to rotate?
Alu's so smart in clutches. 10 seconds remaining. He knows something's up here. Oh, he's just watching the position. What an absolute legend. As he outplays the opposition there, wins the crucial round. He just knows exactly what could be happening, all the potential threats, and how his opposition might be thinking. It's 12-7 now, and AVANGAR can't justify a force with $2,000 per player. But Sergey, the man of the moment there, denies the plant, gets the double kill. He does go down in the end, but it's enough for Ali to win the round. 12-7, Glocks, Deagles, no armor. Apart from Kickard, who spends a bit more than his teammates. They'll need some absolutely unbelievable 1Deags here to stand a chance. And ENCE will take this moment to purchase a couple of MP9s. Take it easy. Smoke coming in, just to push back a bit, and that's worked out quite nicely. They can leave one player in this position now.
Krizen will back away. It's a Dota championship today in Esponic. We're a week away from ours. Only one of these two teams is going to have a chance at it.
Right now, it's looking likely to be ENCE. They're about to post their 13th round. They're a map up. It's been a long road for them, like you mentioned, the 0-2 start. It's character building. It will enable them to get more experience.
Well, there's two things that you can say about that, absolutely. One is by doing best of threes in those situations, plus the seeding. The best team should get through. But not only that, you've got more time to recover if you have a slow start, such as many teams did, FaZe included. Both of these guys, you've got time to build back into it. But this round against Pistols, not really much to report. They did lose 2 members on the ENCE side, but they now find 13, 3 to go, and this series is over, as will be AVANGAR's major. It's been decent for them, considering in London we weren't really sure. They finished 4 out of a 4-team event with Heroic and North, who were not even in this entire sequence of 24 teams at the major, placing ahead of them. But as we said then, we said it last week, we say it now, they always have the potential to be in the mix. They always have the potential to upset and make it through. They just always seem to be on the cusp.
Absolutely true. Manny's still not in a great position. They don't have the comfort of an AWP in the hands of Jame this time. Actually, that's a little bit troublesome for them. A Deagle for Quickouts. He spent a lot more cash than his teammates on that eco. Got the Deagle and armor out. And And it's up to Ariel now, who found 3 kills in the previous round to strike first. Going to do it, but surely traded out here. He does take James down to 1 HP, however. So advantage still lies with ENCE. Alu with the AWP patrols towards main entrance. James goes down in the end. And Buster now looking to recover the situation. They have 2 smokes available to them, a couple of flashes as well, but no positional control. Buster can make this work. They're in business, but there's the bomb, and the CTs can now triangulate around his position and presumably win out the round. It's a 4-on-2.
Kristen does have the AK to work with. But is it enough? Silence for now. That might work to his advantage, but not if Alu continues to watch the angle. They know the bomb's down inside of the site. It's where the closest and most likely approach will come from. So Alu should be ready for it. Missed the shot. Got a slight fractional damage returned. In fact, it was absorbed mostly by the wall, but I think Kicker's told us exactly what's going to happen for the next 35 seconds.
They're on 4-stage loss bonus after this, so they're hoping the 2 AKs, and I guess at this stage it will be Galil's, to join them will be enough. It's not the sexiest option by far, saving 2 AKs, especially when it's going to lead you to a 14-7 deficit. But they've got to look at the bigger picture here. There's almost no chance they win this. Hold on to what they have. Quickert and Krisen will get no money into the next round. Here's the scoreboard for you. Alu, great tournament from him. 19 kills, 11 deaths. Ariel posting decent stats as well. Only have 1 player not really turning up for them. That's Sergey, but the fact that the scoreline's 14-7. He's had a couple of impact moments, 8 and 14 for him. Top fragger on the AVANGAR side. It's going to be James with 16 and 12. So Orpa's kind of backing up that stat we mentioned earlier. Train has the 2nd most AWP kills in terms of maps in this stage of the tournament. Dusty is number 1. And they'll force what they can. Buster opting to take a deagle, not investing much money at all. Relying on these AKs to do the work, and ENCE looking to post elimination points here for AVANGAR.
Try to. Fitch Deagle. Map point and series point for ENCE on the line. How incredible is that as well, with a Finnish roster? And what seems to be the trend of going to international superstars, Alu included in that for a long period of time. They've gone back to their roots and they're building something. Alu said it himself in an interview. How far can they go? They know there's something here, but how good can this team get?
When it was first formed, no one believed in this at all, including us. We were like, well, that's the end of Alu's career.
Yep,
we didn't know about any of these young players. We weren't aware of these names. But they've proven themselves, and there's a reason he believed in the project, and he's always said he wants to play in a Finnish team and put them on the radar. Getting into the final 8 of a major will certainly do that. It's huge for the organization and these young players as well. X7 detects threat towards back the old bomb train. He'll spot the first, and Alu will get both.
He does, absolutely. That's pretty much shut down the round. Alexi B, he's got Buster as well. And the Finns will find 15. Kicker's got the AK. James only on the CZ75. Now, he has been disregarded in some ways because they were already covering off Ivy. He gets there late. He could surprise them. It's unlikely he'll get much done now, though. With the flash going out, they certainly turn their attention. He walks in, sitting duck in an open target. Ariel gets Kicker. Done. Surely it's done. X7 confirms it. We've got 1 more round. And there's so much behind this organization as well. It's not just the fact that it's 5 Finns, it's that they took chances. They brought in young talent. Sergey, Ariel, both relatively unknown. Alexi B, same thing. X7 did come from the IEM roster that had potential in Finland for years, but didn't have the backing, didn't have the, I guess, the experience, you could say, of Alu, or not to, for that matter, or Lurpus behind it. They've built something, and they've put everything into it. And with 1 more round, I would say they completely validate the entire project.
1 more round will do it. They do have 8 chances here to close it out. I don't think that'll be a problem, but stranger things have happened. This could be the round. Good grenade damage as well. Look at it being done. That's wallbang effect with incendiaries and grenades backing it up. Not looking good for AVANGAR now. The bomb's still down in T-spawn. They've got no opening picks. James with a desperate attempt there will fire off through the smoke and realize that his efforts are in vain and will have to fall back.
It's been a good year for ENCE so far. This would make it so much better. Let's not forget as well, first time in 20 years, a non-Asian winner in the StarCraft World Finals.
That's a good point.
And it was surreal. Also finish, also ENCE. Another type of finish we're looking for now. One more round, as we say. Kickert's already down at the bottom of Pop Dog. Decoy. Desperate, perhaps. Sov's already extinguished. Alu on rotation. He's going to cover off B. 3 players over here with bomb. Sergey's the only other one inside of the site, and they're playing very passively.
Great smoke. It goes down at the perfect time. If you land a smoke just before they execute, you've done a really good job. As Kicker will get 1, but is that enough? They'll commit towards lower side now. It's up to Sergey to defend.
Should rotate off this. They're not confirmed that it's out toward Ivy as of yet. Alu's left alone. Ariel didn't see anyone at A main, and they countered off the player at Pop Dog, but now it's all on Alu. Bomb's going to get down there very far forward. This is a good post plant. ENCE might have to wait. They might have to consider just giving it up for one more round. They've got money enough, but they've got the AWP on Alu, and they don't want to give AVANGAR any further chances to get back in. That's it. Alexi B gives it a go. Krizen, he's found. They know he's up there, but he's so far forward, it's hard to get past him, and they'll run into him yet again. Ariel with 1. Alu's gotten closer. AWP down the tanker side. Ariel. Fitch to drop as well. It's a 2-on-2. Nade, it's going to land on top of the bomb. It's a smoke. Jame on an AWP switches to the knife. It's all he has to work with. They're on it. They tap it. They want to bait him out. He's swinging, but he's missing. They're going to get it in the smoke. ENCE, they're going to be legendary on 1 defuse. 16-7. And AVANGAR goes down, but ENCE are through.
What a fantastic showing from them. 0-2 down in this stage of the tournament, and they brought it all the way back. They go 3-2. And it's 16-7 in the second map against AVANGAR.